Leading our bulletin this hour, President Cyril Ramaphosa is today officiating at the annual Armed Forces Day in Richards Bay. In his capacity as Commander-in-Chief of the South African National Defence Force, he will commemorate men and women who lost their lives in the course of duty. Over 8,000 troops will take part in what is also being used as a large-scale force deployment exercise. eNCA senior reporter Siphamandla Goge is covering the event, and he joins us live with the very latest. Good morning, Siphamandla. Perhaps talk us through the significance or what will happen today throughout the day.
Well, it's a very big day for the South African National Defence Force. As you can see, their Commander-in-Chief, President Cyril Ramaphosa, there will be saluted, and then today he will basically preside over the National Armed Forces Day. What will be happening is that he will be paying homage and basically respects to the fallen heroes and heroines, and that's when he will be addressing members of the South African National Defence Force. Let me just step out of this shot so that you will be able to get visuals of President Cyril Ramaphosa, who is the Commander-in-Chief of all the armed forces. He's addressing thousands of members of the South African National Defence Force, all the armed forces, as he is their Commander-in-Chief. Basically, he will be thanking those who are still serving for protecting the country from domestic and foreign threats, and he will be urging them to continue to protect the Republic as they are the last line of defense. This is a culmination of what has been happening for the better part of the week, really. The Armed Forces Day culminates into what has been a week of activities and a week of let me just give you natural sound as we hear the gun salute and the national anthem. That is the national anthem there, and President Cyril Ramaphosa is getting a national salute, of course, from the members of the South African National Defence Force, which comprises of various units, the Navy, the Air Force, and the ground troops, the ground forces. So this is the commencement of the official program for the Armed Forces Day, which is taking place in Richards Bay, KwaZulu-Natal. This is where, by the way, the naval base of the SANDF or the Navy, the South African Navy, will relocate to. It's the second biggest port or the second biggest contributor to the economy of KwaZulu-Natal. That is the town of Richards Bay, and General Lobese confirmed that indeed he is, of course, the Chief of the Navy. He confirmed that indeed they will be relocating their naval base from Durban to Richards Bay. They are making way for Transnet to expand the Durban port. So today, and the history and context of what is happening dates back to many years ago during the World War, and of course the sinking of the SS Mendi with South African troops who were going to Europe. And since then, of course, many people have been paying homage to members members of the South African National Defence Force, but also with time a decision was taken to review the format and include those members of the South African National Defence Force who would have perished during their line of duty, either within South African borders or outside of South African borders. So today really is not about pomp and ceremony, but it's a very significant day whereby the country, the nation and their commander-in-chief, they pay homage and their respects to the last line of defense.